Friday evening to you guys and girls out there. Today is exciting news, especially from the EZ2ON Reboot R. So there are some official discussion within the EZ2ON team, right? And they have shared some of this info in the Korean language, which is more specific. It's something like Reddit. It's like Reddit for the general English community, but they have something similar for Korea. And someone is kind enough to share the link to the source of this information. And what I actually did was to translate them using Google Translate, right? And then try to interpret some of these updates or news based on what I understand on the latest release for EZ2ON Reboot R. So, long story short, right? So the agenda for this first part of the stream is I want to share with you guys and girls out there, some of the sales, marketing, and early access issues, right? We're gonna laser focus specifically on for players who have not played EZ2DJ or EZ2AC, right? But you have played something like Beatmania 2DX or EZMax Respects, right? I'm also not gonna talk about things like, oh, is this song gonna be included in the future, right? Is there potential collaboration with Citus, right? Or Groove Coaster, right? Because most of this discussion with regards to additional songs, right? They are mostly related to copyright issues, right? And the team actually needs to negotiate with the various composers and artists, to get agreement before they can tell anyone, confirm anything about new songs, right? Also, we also wouldn't want to talk about unsupported operating systems. Like there were some users who is running the early access program on Windows 7. So Windows 7 has been out of support since 2020, and now it's 2021. So if you're still using Windows 7, please either change your OS to Windows 10 or change to Linux, right? Because it's not secure, right, for you to use a unsupported operating system for your day-to-day usage, especially if you're connected to the internet, right? So with that out of the way, let's come down to what we have for the introduction. So there are 130 plus official statements translated by the community and Google. So I'm just gonna summarize what I think is useful for the casual players, right? So early access issues will be things like there is a well-known issue where the game actually freezes during loading, right? The team is currently testing the fix, right, before they make this fix available. So later on when we play EZ2ON Reboot R, hopefully some of these issues are fixed, right? We'll get to see if they are resolved, right? And most of the issues that we are experiencing, right, during the peak hours, which is I believe 2 to 3 hours before now, right? Those issues are most likely due to the servers being overloaded with a large influx of players playing at the same time, right? So not so much about game stability, but more of getting more servers to support the large number of players, right? So next is some of the viewers or players commented that the preview video quality, so when you select a song, the preview of the video, which I believe is the background animation, is poor, right? So that's by design, right? By design to support lower specs computers. And yeah, there's also, in addition to the freeze during the loading, so seems like the fourth point and the first point is more or less the same. So this infinite loading screen problem is still undergoing testing, right? There were some well-known audio buffer issues where the sound that you hear and the notes that's coming down is not in sync, right? The team has reduced the latency multiple times. So this is kind of like a issue where you may or may not encounter. So personally for me, I did not encounter any audio buffer issues apart from that one very specific instance. So maybe later on, you'll see if we encounter any audio buffer issues, but I doubt so, at least for myself, right? And yeah, the last point is more like, you know, kudos to the development team, right? They have actually increased the server capacity multiple times throughout this early access period. From at least from what I know, right, they have already increased the server capacity for at least twice, right? So that's hopefully will address some of these load issues during peak hours. Alright, moving on to game updates. So real-time double speed control currently also available using the F1 and F2 button. So previously there's a known issue where, you know, after you select a song, right, and then the gameplay is about to start, you wanted to adjust the game speed, right? So previously the button wasn't working, but now it's working. You can press F1 and F2 to change the game speed, right, after the song is selected. So secondly, we have non-stop remix will be deleted due to policy and will be updated in a different format. So this is probably something that is originally in the pipeline or the roadmap, but has to be updated due to whatever policies that they have. Next, judgment/gauge will become more difficult after the update. So the task of moving the decision line and moving the task plus the task. Alright, so this is definitely something Google translated. So I'm pretty sure this is because a lot of Korean players has been getting all KOOL cool, right? So the team has decided that they will want to make, they want to lower the bell curve for scoring, so that you know, not too many players have all cool, right? So it's something like your university examination. If everybody has 99 points, then the judgment or the scoring system is actually kind of like flawed, right? So what I believe is the team will eventually try to lower the bell curve such that the top players will be at the top 5 percentile, and then most of the people will fall under the mid-range region, right? So we'll see how difficult the judgment has become, at least from my personal opinion, right? Next, standard pattern release plan that is more difficult than 20x. So I interpret this as songs will eventually be higher than level 20, right? So this is how I interpret this Google translated comment. And yeah, because they can't possibly make a song like Be My Baby 20 times more difficult, right? They can't, right? I mean, Be My Baby is such a cute and simple song, right? So I'm pretty sure this is related to songs patterns that is more difficult, more than level 20. Next, we have BGA appreciation mode is planned, right? And they will be available after official release. So this is something similar to what we have in EZMax Respect, which is after you get a max combo, you will unlock the music video for your personal appreciation. So how this BGA appreciation mode is going to be released and made available to us on EZ2ON Reboot R, we are not sure, but we'll wait and see. Now, next thing about gameplay. So if you are if you're playing the early access now, things like random, fade in, fade out, chaos, they are not available during this early access period, and that's fine, right? For early access, the developers just want to focus on getting the game stabilized. So, but they did promise that eventually some of these features, right, like random and all those effects will be implemented. So don't have to worry if you are someone who's very competitive or for some reason you prefer to have these effects in play. It will be implemented eventually. Next is something that I've commented quite a lot of times. The size of the notes, especially for 8 buttons mode, at least in my personal opinion, is very small, right? So I think this is echoed right throughout the player base. However, the EZ2ON development team will consider this suggestion their comment is node size is very suggestive. It's very how should I say? Very subjective. Yeah, it's very subjective. Right? Some people might find that 1.5 times is too big. Some people might find that 1.5 times is too small. So the team will closely monitor how the user base and people in Discord comment about node size, and then hopefully, we get some updates in the long run or in the near future. Next is the confirmation of multiplayer. So multiplayer mode is not available in early access. However, they did commented that they are reviewing the maximum number of players to be 7 to 9 players. So sudden death is also available eventually, right? Not anytime soon, but hopefully, we get to see sudden death during this early access period. And yes, I did ask about easy to catch mode, and there's no plans for additional mode such as easy to catch. So it's just going to be a very traditional rhythm music game. Last but not least, we have the miscellaneous updates. So these are things that is not exactly specific to the gameplay, but more specific to things like marketing and sales. So they wanted to completely review the early access period, right? And they want to discuss further. Probably they are thinking about extending or reducing the early access period. So some players did comment about observing that there are donations that's being given out from the Neo Novice team to streamers, right? So they did officially commented that this is because they are recommended by the sales team to do so, and I don't blame them, right? For them to come into this music rhythm game market and try to break through, they need to do something like this to get online influencers, to get players to be aware of the games, and eventually drive up the revenue. The roadmap, right, will eventually be prepared and published. Now, the next one is something that is closely related to myself, there's no plans to release the controller. So there isn't any officially supported controller. Neither are they gonna tell you which controller is gonna be supported. So you are on your own if you already have a controller. So like me, I have some issues with the turntable. We just have to live with it, right, and find some workaround. Official soundtrack will eventually be available, hopefully, but they need to discuss this, right, after the access early period. So that is something that I, as an audiophile, a self-proclaimed audiophile, would be very interested in. Alright, I think someone also asked how's the sales doing from international market. So they commented that overseas purchase are very low, right? Because they think that a lot of people will be buying this game through Steam evaluation. So if you own this game in early access, right, please give them a positive review, right? At least at the time that you feel that the early access has been stabilized, because you have to agree, right? If you play this early access during the off-peak period, right? During off-peak, EZ2ON Reboot R is fantastic. Seriously, it's fantastic, right? If you play this game during peak hours and you experience some crashes, you experience black screen, long loading screen, please understand that this is early access, right? So people who have played EZ2ON, they will ask if there's any in-game purchases. So the confirmation is there is no in-game purchases, right? So the second last point is regards to streamers like myself, content producers like myself, is that game streaming is free. So streamers like us, right, if you are streaming EZ2ON Reboot R, don't have to worry, right? You do not have to pay any royalty. And last but not least, the last question is a very valid question. So, is there any plans to make EZ2ON available on cloud gaming platforms such as GeForce Now? So the answer is no, right? The answer is no. Right now, the team is really trying to focus to make the game fantastic on the PC platform, right? Cloud gaming platform, on the other hand, is something that they will look into. maybe very far down into the roadmap. So ultimately, for all these enhanced features, we'll have to wait for the roadmap to stabilize and officially be published by Neo Novice. And then we can eventually come down to these updates again. So I hope that this discussion actually gives you a good insight to consider purchasing EZ2ON Reboot R Early Access, right? In my personal opinion, my gaming experience with EZ2ON Reboot R has been fantastic, right? So moving on to the next topic. So now, I have prepared something new to the stream, Interact. So in the link that you see on the screen right now and the links in my YouTube description, there are links to all this information that I've been talking about during the introduction, and also the music playlist for each of the stream. So if you click on those links, it will bring you to this page, right? You can take a look at what are the songs that I intend to play for today. So for today, we'll be always playing songs like pop, techno and trance, miscellaneous kind of music, and then eventually we will end the stream with something that's easy to listen to. So during this stream, I'll be playing these songs in this sequence. And if there's any songs that you want me to play, please feel free to shout out in chat, either from YouTube or Twitch, right? And then I will try to slot in your songs in my playlist, and then we will, enjoy the music and gameplay together. Right, so without further ado, let's go on to the gameplay, shall we? That's gonna take me some time to change the screen. Full screen mode. And transit over to EZ2ON Reboot R. Alright guys and girls, I hope that you don't find the introduction too long and too naggy. I tried to concise 140 comments into 15 minutes. Alright, so now I'm already in the early access gameplay. The team has reset the high score. So if you have been playing EZ2ON, right, and you got some fantastic high score, your high score should be resetted already, and you need to play them again. You need to challenge the world high score again. Alright, so let's go on. First song is Be My Baby. Be My Baby. And we're gonna play 6-key mode on harder. Let's go. By Ruby Tuesday. So let's try the speed increase. Yeah, it's working. So personally, I feel that for my personal experience, is somehow I can get cool. The KOOL for me is easier to hit than what was happening before the recent updates. So that's my personal experience. I'm not sure about the other guys and girls out there, but at least for me, KOOL feels slightly easier to achieve than before the update. But we'll have to play more songs and maybe more difficult songs to really get the feeling. To confirm that hypothesis. So now we have to experience the black screen, the black loading screen. So the next song will be Lie Lie, Sick Beat version. For those of you who are on Twitch, if you want to take a look at the playlist, I will just type out a command now quickly so that you can see the playlist and look at what's coming up next.
This playlist can be found on https://ez2reven.dev.ninja/dine/playlist.
Right, so that link is actually a dynamic link. It will bring you to my GitHub page. So the next song is Lie Lie. I probably shouldn't be streaming in a studio mode. Right, let's go. Lie Lie Sick Beat version. So somehow my personal experience with this structure judgment is kind of like yes and no. Sometimes I feel that it's more difficult to hit the KOOL, and sometimes I feel that it somehow is quite easy to get a KOOL. So perhaps my personal experience is aligned with other players where they did commented that the judgment, although is more strict, right, but it's not consistent. Right, so they are trying to adjust the game such that it is harder for you to get a KOOL cool in with respect to COOL, but what was that? It's harder to get, but it's not consistently harder to get. So that's the gist of these comments from various players in the Discord channel. Now and now we have these long loading screen, which is, in my personal opinion, is still tolerable. Right, it's still tolerable, at least from the early access perspective. And don't forget that right now we are in the peak hour, right, where most of the players are available online and they are playing this game. Next song is Lovely Days. And we are going to play the remastered version. Lovely Day Remastered. Just gonna take a while I send my friend the YouTube link to my stream, so that he can enjoy lovely days. So let's go, lovely day. Maybe I should have played level 14, but I think playing level 12 is better, so that the sound and the music sounds better. That is the song Lovely Day, the remastered version. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to thank TV and Popo Momos for following me on Twitch. So really appreciate you guys and girls following my Twitch channel. Alright, moving on to the next song in the list, we have You Were the One. Really love this pop song. You say you were the one for me, da, 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 da. And now we have this black screen of death staring me. And right now we have about like what 10 seconds, 15 seconds of black screen loading. Right, so that takes about 10 to 20 seconds. Definitely not a showstopper in my personal opinion. Alright, heading off to You Were the One. So this is a very nice English pop song, which is kind of like rare during the old times for EZ2DJ. Not very easy to get exposure to English songs. very much like, what's that boy band? NSYNC? Like NSYNC, right? The style of this music. So my experience for this black screen, right, during the off-peak period is very short. It's actually less than 5 seconds during the off-peak hours. So if you're trying to play this game during the off-peak hours, try to follow the Korean time zone. The Korean time zone is GMT +9. So if you avoid the peak period, which is typically school hours and working hours, you should have a better loading experience. Right. Next song is Refresh. Right. So if you play this game during the off-peak hours, you should have less issues with the loading screen, and it will be very snappy. The next song is Refresh by Kim Min. So random and fader effects are currently not available. And that's the song Refresh. Very nice pop song in my personal opinion. And now the last pop song we're gonna play for this stream is Back for More. So if you want to take a look at the playlist that we're gonna play throughout this stream, follow the link on the screen right now. Alternatively, if you want, you can head over to my YouTube channel. Some of the links that were shared during the introduction and the playlist hyperlink can be found on my YouTube stream description. So you take a look at my stream description, you will see 3 links. One of the link is pointing towards the English, the Google translated Korean updates, right? The EZ2ON Updates in Korean language, right? I translated them in English and uploaded it onto GitHub. Right, there's also a link to my music playlist and the summary of the updates that I gave at the beginning of this stream. So the next song is Back for More. So Back for More is also a very popular pop song during the EZ2DJ series. So I personally have not played EZ2AC before. So if there's any songs that you think is a good song to try, do let me know in chat. Alright, Back for More. And this is actually the remastered version by Ruby Tuesday. Remaster probably means higher sound quality, right? So I've always commented that EZMax Respect is not a very good game design, because even if you play badly on EZMax Respect, the song will still sound okay, as if you have not missed a note. However, on EZ2ON Reboot R, if you play badly, you miss a note or you fail a note, the music is going to sound very, very awkward, right? So it is to your best interest to at least get good, cool, right, or higher judgment rating for your notes, so that you can enjoy the music with your headphones. So personally, I feel that that is a good game design, right? You should reward players for playing well, and you should punish players for playing badly. Right? That's one way to incentivize players who are trying to be better at the game. Because people who want to enjoy the music can probably live with the background animation appreciation mode. Right, so that is a total of 6 different songs for pop. And now let's head over to the Techno and Trance. The Techno and Trance category. So for Techno and Trance, the first song is -1 Space Mix. Oops, that's gonna -1 Space Mix. Should we be playing the super hard mix? Super hard mix will probably make the music sound horrible. So I'm just going to play hard mix, so that for those of you guys and girls out there who are listening to this music for the very first time, you can consider buying this game if you find that the music that we have been playing today suits your preference. That's my favorite techno / trance in EZ2ON Reboot R -1 Space Mix. And up next we have GOA. So most of the songs that I decided to play today, they come from EZ2DJ, which is the older franchise from the EZ2 music rhythm games. So for those of you guys and girls who have been playing EZ2AC, right, good for you. You have an opportunity to play some of these newer songs like Kamui, White Rose, and Dreamy Flight. So for those of us who are not so fortunate in the international market, right, for those of you in Korea, you guys and girls have no problem getting access to EZ2AC. But for those of us in other countries, unfortunately, we have not played EZ2AC before. So today, let's play some songs that we are familiar with. Alright, the next song is GOA. And let's go with hard mix. So as I was commenting earlier, this game punishes you for not playing well If you don't play well, the music is going to sound horrible. So I'm going to try my best to be as accurate as I can. Alright, and that's the Techno Trance GOA, composed by Korean. Probably gonna quickly take this opportunity to change the gears and the notes before I forget. I keep forgetting to change the gears and the notes. This tortoise looking note is cute, to say the least. But I wanted to try taking the tomato note, the tomato design note, and then we take a few and see how the gameplay feels, whether we can be more accurate or we are less accurate. But so far, this tortoise note that we have been seeing on the screen so far has been fantastic. Alright, let's quickly change the notes, and we should do that by pressing the space bar. And let's change to something brighter. Maybe we can try the EZMax, and then changing the notes to maybe tomato, depending on what is your preferred essence. Alright, so that's it. We shall go with the next techno song is Firestorm. Firestorm is one of the favorite techno in my country about 20 years ago. And maybe you should play normal, play hard. I really want you guys and girls to enjoy the music, so I'll stick to playing normal mode. I think anything above level 15, there's a chance that the music might sound awful. So let's try with the tomato notes and the new gears that we are seeing on the screen. slight audio delay. Well, playing this song for the first time is very difficult. Well, this is the first time I'm playing Firestorm on 6 key mode. Wow, B. I was expecting to get A. Alright, the next song up next is Kamui, which is one of the songs that I have never played before. I have not even heard this song before. But there are people talking about it as being the most difficult song in EZ2AC or EZ2ON Reboot R. So probably, finally we get a chance to see how does the most difficult song in EZ2ON Reboot R is gonna feel like. Kamui. Or maybe you guys and girls can take a look at the playlist while you are waiting for the screen. Maybe I should do that, right? When we see the black screen, I should flash the music playlist for reference. Alright, Kamui start with K. So this song is one of the most popular songs among the Korean community. So let's give it a shot. Kamui. Normal mode. Let's go, level 14. Well, we're just gonna quickly switch to studio mode. Whoopsie. Oh. I can't get used to this tomato note, even though it feels slightly easier to get better judgment. But I can't appreciate the color scheme, red and blue. So it's either gray and red or gray and blue for me. So now, I was talking about showing the what's that called? The playlist. Oops. Maybe I should. Yeah, I'm just gonna take some time to quickly find a way to present the playlist for you guys and girls out there. Playlist, and I'm gonna interact. And let's quickly transit over and we can take a look at the playlist. Alright, up next we have White Rose. So White Rose is the next song. White Rose, yeah, it is. So White Rose is also one of the songs that I personally have not played before. I've heard this song during the official marketing video by New Novice. So finally we'll get a chance to play White Rose. Maybe I'll play hard. Alright, and this song is composed by M2U. Very nice jazz music by M2U. Alright, that's the song White Rose. And you guys and girls should take a look at the playlist while waiting for the black screen to load. And somehow, wait, hold on. Why is the intro list so short? The playlist is very small. I'm just gonna quickly try to resize this on the fly. What should I do with this? Somehow the playlist appears to be very small. Right, it's fine. The black screen is already done. Not sure why the playlist looks extremely small on the screen. Try to find some time to fix it eventually. Alright, the next song shall be Dreamy Flight. So Dreamy Flight is probably also one of those songs that I have not played before. But on first glance, it sounds like a very nice trance to listen to. So let's have a listen. Dreamy Flight. And this song is composed by Transin. Surprisingly, this BGA is visualized by Ryu Miners. This trance has a very nice beginning and middle section, but the ending kinds of like the ending kinds of sound weird and ends with a very weird notation. Somehow this screen is let me just quickly set the size 1440, and this is gonna be 1080p. Does it still look very small? It is, right? Somehow the transformation is only appearing on my screen and not your screen. So probably I'll try to fix it some other time. Right, the game has finally loaded again. So you can still head over to this playlist. Right, so while you're waiting for the black screen to load, you can head over to the playlist and I'll take a look at what the songs that is coming up next. So just now we played Dreamy Stripes. So now we shall play Futurist. Probably gonna try the super hard mix. In a way, I'm oh shucks, I forgot to change the notes and gears again. So right now there's a new feature. If you press escape, I believe it will immediately turn over the screen to the song selection screen. But unfortunately, you still have to face the screen of death if you choose to exit the game, exit the song. So this is definitely a server-related issue. The development team has already concluded that it's because they are trying to send some information to the servers, and the servers are currently overloaded. So some of these minor issues during the early access that you see here is more related to load, right? Server load. So if you play this game during the off-peak period, it should definitely be okay. Just want to quickly change the note to something else. Have we tried taking a look at the disk? Maybe we can try the disk mode and try to change the gear to titanium. Man, this gear brings back memory. Alright, new wave rock Futurist. So this song is composed by Andy Lee, also one of my favorite composer for Korean music video games. and that was hard. that was seriously hard, at least for me. And this is what the game should do, right? It should punish you for trying to, simply trying to pass the song, right? So if you simply try to pass the song is going to sound awful, right? So instead of doing what I did just now, which is trying to play a difficulty than what I can really handle, actually I should play this song at a lower difficulty so that the song actually sounds not bad. But I'm gonna skip this song already because we were almost right at the end of the music. So let's head over to what's this? 200 million. 200 million. 200 million. And the way to do this is to come here. So this is a junk flow, and there were people in the Discord channel who were commenting that this song, how did this song come about is when Crew was hit by an ashtray, right? Ashtray, where people tap their cigarette butt, tap their cigarette. So there was an ashtray that flew in his direction in one of these committee meeting with people from his previous company. So that was the rumor, or at least that was what was being said in Discord, how this song came about. So this song is potentially created because the composer was thrown an ashtray in his face. That's crazy, right? Man, I should have tried training this specific pattern right at the end. It feels more natural to use your right hand for anything outside button number 1. Could have gotten a better score earlier on. So the next song in the playlist is Dioxin. So Dioxin, if I remember correctly, is also a junk techno, or is it thrash-core? I can't remember the music genre. But if you like a song like Zero Rise, you're probably gonna like a song like Dioxin. So what happens after I finish all the songs in this playlist? After all the songs in this playlist, I'll probably play random songs, unless one of you guys and girls would like to hear a specific song. Alright, the game has finally loaded back to the selection screen, and let's head over to Dioxin. Surprisingly, there isn't a super hard mix for Dioxin. yeah, it's trash core. Just gonna try changing the notes to something else. Maybe we can try the HX method. And let's try the HX, the default. This is the default here. So let's have a feel. So up next is Diode C by EZ2ON. Supposed to be the turntable. That is Trash Core Diode C. So this song is relatively short, and I believe Diode C used to have a super hard mix where it's significantly harder than what we see just now. Probably on EZ2AC or the later franchise. The team has kind of like confirmed that most of the songs that we will be seeing in EZ2ON Reboot R, at least during the early access period, is going to be kind of like restricted to EZ2DJ. Most of the songs are from EZ2DJ, and a couple of songs spill over from EZ2DJ, EZ2AC. So other songs that you might be keen or looking forward to will most likely come after negotiation with the composers. Alright, up next we have EZ. So EZ is more like a hip hop music. Can't stop. Boom 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 boom. So as I mentioned, if there's any songs that you would like me to play, do let me know. Song request is always welcomed. The most beautiful appearance.
Swearing to be something wrong, something that you cannot see. So you're hanging around, wanna be down. I ain't trying to climb, but y'all straight wild. We just behind the door while we make our dough. I'll be catching the plane while you walk in the rain, catching the train, feeling the strain, and born to change. It don't even matter if you know my name. Make a rap song while I sit my brew. Break a 9-9, my check 1-2. D&T stiff on the route to bang. Kick him out and check when you say my name. What you know about this? What you know about that? What you know about this? What you know about that? What you know about this? What you know about that? What you know about this? What you know about that? My crew, me, stop, put it down till we drop, still rock, on lock, we make it hot. Much better those making chips. worldwide. And much love to the best side, the west side.
And to be continued. Personally, I like this kind of hip hop. So it's not your typical hip hop. It's a gang hip. I'm just gonna take a sip of water here. So if you guys and girls are wondering why am I not using the turntable, the bad news is you can't really use the turntable for PC. So at least in my personal opinion, my personal experience, the turntable has some kind of delay. Right? You can't use the turntable for anything that is very dense or very tightly together. And that's really unfortunate. Right, and now we are in the easy listening playlist, and we are supposed to play complex. I believe last time in the music arcade, I can play hard mode. Let's take a look at the 8-button mix, shall we? Yeah. So I believe the 8-key mode is meant to be the original easy to DJ arcade experience, where the first note and the last note is actually the turntable and the pedal. But the main challenge here is the EZMax controller is not compatible with this game, at least at the moment. So we can't really use the turntable to play this song. Wait, am I in 4 key or 8 keys? Shucks, I think I'm in 4 key. Oh, never mind. Let's just try 4 key then. That is complex in the 4-key configuration. So this song, in fact, actually a lot of songs that I've been playing are composed by crew. That is purely coincidence. I promise you, I didn't check the composer name while coming with this playlist. So having said that, although crew has a very limited selection of songs on EZMax Respect, but on EZ2ON Reboot R, you can be assured you will see many of Crew's work that might appeal to your palette of music appreciation. So Crew, in general, doesn't just compose techno, right? He also compose songs like Complex, like Future Jazz, and now we have the next song is RDM. Actually, you know what? To relive the EZ2DJ configuration, probably 5 mix is the way to go, right? We do not have the turntable and the pedal, but we probably can try to gain some familiarity back from the old days. Is this the right button configuration? Yep.
Let's just take it slow. Guide you along to your heart, the river flows, and you know there should be a little more. Over time my baby. You were meant to be. Destiny, my baby. My destiny, you and me, we were meant to be.
And that pattern right at the end is exactly the same pattern as EZ2DJ back in the Game Arcade series. And back then, for the Game Arcade series, it wasn't level 12. I believe it was something like level 8 or level 10. So somehow the difficulty has been increased, I believe, for EZ2ON Reboots or EZ2ON. But I think back in the old days, RDM is a relatively easy song. Not exactly the song you expect to see level 12. I think back then, something like Sandstorm, right? Sandstorm is already level 12. And seeing RDM as level 12 is kind of like shocking. Right, so we are here experiencing the black screen of death, the well-known black screen of death. Alright, the next song shall be It's My Secret. So It's My Secret is a very nice R&B by Mario Golden. Playing this song at level 14 should be fine. Wait, I'm still in 5 key mode. Yeah, I'm still in 5 key mode. Fine. It should be more or less the same as what we have in EZ2DJ.
Domino's, my homie and his brother. When I went to the kitchen, I've got to mention the way that our eyes met. I looked at her, she looked at me, right then and knew that she would be my girlfriend, my lady.
So this super hard mix is definitely a bit different from what we had back in the EZ2DJ times. We don't have those additional note on button number 5. Perhaps back then there wasn't a super hard mix. There was only hard mix. I'm not sure. I'm probably, the lesser. I probably belong to the lesser minority where I think the furthest I have played on EZ2DJ is EZ2DJ 7-track. I think that's the furthest. Other players probably are more fortunate. They probably can play things like EZ2AC and EZ2DJ 8 and 9 track, 8 and 9 edition. Right, so at least in Singapore, all right. I believe the latest that we have here is only the 7-mix. So only one generation after special 6-track. Alright, the next song is 1, 2, 3, 4. How's the 6 key gonna look like? Surprisingly, 6 key is easier than 5 key. So let's just go with the super hard mix. So the key patterns, right, the chart patterns for 5 key mode is probably going to be exactly the same as what we have in the arcade, except the turntable and the pedal. So there were some comments saying that this song 1, 2, 3, 4 is actually a song that is closely related to some franchise, some prequel or sequel in DJ Retrospect. Let's try to see if we stay on this screen for slightly longer. Actually reduces the time for the black screen of that. Maybe yes, right? So I believe let's listen to this background BGA, generic BGA. Alright. So let's see if the black screen actually takes a shorter time to load, or it actually doesn't matter. The developers probably, decided to encrypt and send the high score to the server after you escape the judgment screen, the high score screen that you see just now. So probably after you press enter or escape, then the game client will start to send the data to the server. And that's why we have this black screen of death right now. But to be fair, right, as I keep mentioning over and over again, we are still in early access, and currently there's a lot of players who are playing this game. So waiting, like 10 or 20 seconds shouldn't be too much of a issue, right? You shouldn't feel like it's a showstopper. This game is still fantastic. So you see, surprisingly, the 6 key mode for some of these older songs is actually easier than the 5 key mode. Even the 8 key mode is easier than 5 key, right? It's kind of like appalling. So let's play Anemia by NB Lee. Super hard mix. Really love this song.
어지러워져 숨쉬기조차 부담스러워 버틸 만큼 버텨왔어 사라져줘 그저 믿었던 환상 속에서 높이 높이 날고 싶다니까 사랑한다 아낀다 말할 수 있는 그것도 결국엔 저기분감이지만 너는 기대라는 이름도 기억끝까지 먹고 갈아 없애 다 사치야 잊어버려 괜찮아졌어 멈추지 않아 빠져나갈 수도 없게 가버렸어 그만하자 웃기기 하나 끝을 볼 수가 없이 깊이 떨어지고 만 거야
시간 점점 언제나 기다려온 나 시간까지 그리는 거야 또 믿어봐도 소용없는 날 알지 그래 어쩔 수 없는 난
So that's Anemia. Wow, those very nice songs that you can listen to before you sleep. And the last song in the playlist is Feel. So this feel is not exactly the same feel that we have in our EZMax Respect. This feel is a slightly, how should I say, slightly more peaceful version. The feel in EZMax Respect is feels more like a lounge music, right? And the feel that we have here, if I remember correctly, sounds more like pop. So let's just gonna hang on a second while the game client goes back to the song selection screen. And that wasn't very long, right? It's not even a minute. Alright, so this song is Feel. Let's take a look at it. It says keyboard. Alright, it says keyboard is level 13. You know, after playing EZMax Respect for so long, I almost forgot how to play 5 key mode. That is the Beatmania configuration. that this song is fantastic. It's fantastic. Really love this song. Alright, now we are in the free play zone. Right now we have finished all the songs we wanted to play for today, and right now the time is about 1 hour and 15 minutes. So with that large number of songs and this awkward black loading screen, we have cleared almost 20 songs. Right, 20 songs, well, at least 24-25 songs, around 24-25 songs in an hour. So definitely something that I can revisit. So to last the stream for 2 hours, I probably need to double the number of songs in the playlist. Alternatively, I can go freestyle, choosing songs in random. Really look forward to the online matches. Currently, everyone is playing single player. Alright, so so we can go freestyle now. So I'm gonna start playing songs that I've never played before. So I'm gonna play songs that I have never heard before. Songs like this probably is not in the EZ2DJ franchise. Probably comes from the EZ2AC. So for me, it will be a very new experience. So let's give it a go. New songs. Really interested to see what is the music genre for this song. It sounds very oriental, but at the same time it's not very oriental. What is it again? It's music is composed by Spring Head, and the music genre is not listed on the art cover. So maybe we will take a look at the song selection screen. Maybe the song selection screen will tell us more. So let's wait for the black screen to come back to the music selection screen. Hopefully, they have enough budget to further increase the server load. On the other hand, it could be a server programming issue where, you can't just simply increase the number of servers, because the software that you are writing to synchronize data between all these different servers in the data center might not be, performing as fast as you want to be, right? So even it doesn't mean that you pay more money for more servers means that you have perfect load balancing. That's not how software engineering works. Very unfortunate. You can't just throw money and make it work. Alright. Let's look for more songs that we have not played before, or at least I have not heard before. What's this song? Legacy of Hatred? Yeah, I'm gonna try Legend of Moonlight. Probably gonna fail hard. Level 16, probably I might not make it. I've not heard this song before. That part, but it's kind of like what we expected, right? At least I expected. Level 16, definitely something that I have to practice more. So perhaps for me the line is probably level 15, level 14 to level 15. So that's kind of like a good indicator for at least now to practice. Although it doesn't really make sense, right, to train hard during this early access period, because chart patterns and difficulty level will be adjusted, or very likely to be adjusted, before the official release. So the developers is probably going to look at the high score submitted by players all over the world, and then decide how they will want to grade difficulties of songs. Man, this is so nostalgia. But I want to play all the new songs. This sounds very nice. The End Concerto, and the song name is Lucid. Interesting how the composer name has an underscore in between the first and last name. Song sounds fantastic. right, first time hearing this and playing this song is definitely one of those songs that I will add into my favorite playlist. Lucid it's a DN concerto, the genre of the music. And once again, the black loading screen of death staring you in the face like the abyss. As you stare deeper into the abyss stares back into you. And somehow, the loading screen, at least what they could have done is to show you a nicer looking loading screen, right? unless this is supposed to be a split second black screen. If not, actually what they could have done is to, while loading, right, show a bitmap, show a picture, show a nice looking picture, so at least people wouldn't be staring at a black screen. So let's try to look for more songs that we have that we do not experience in EZ2DJ. Wow. Is that the kind of songs that you guys just want to hear? Move your body. Move your body all night long. Okay, I have not heard Nihilism before, so let's give it a go. Never heard this song, but this song's art cover definitely looks interesting. Very handsome guy in the background. Let's go, Nihilism. Wow, this music is fantastic. Definitely gives you the nihilism feeling. While playing this song, I feel like I'm going into emptiness, which is exactly what the Chinese character we see on the middle of the art cover here is trying to say. That's actually the Chinese character WU, which is to signify nothingness. And nihilism, if you're not aware, is a branch of thought in philosophy, thinking that nothing else matters in life because eventually everything comes to an end, and because there is no afterlife, your current life has no meaning because nothing you do now has an effect on what happens to you as an individual after you die. So that's under the philosophy of thought, nihilism. So if you have thought of nihilism, I strongly encourage you to seek help, because most people who dive too deep into nihilism eventually ends up doing silly things. I wouldn't say silly things, doing bad things. But nonetheless, forget about the philosophy, the branch of philosophy. This song nihilism definitely hit the mark, right, of making you feel that you are heading towards nothingness. Very nice song by Nato. So let's look for some nice sounding music that are not in the earlier version of EZ2DJ. How about Return? I have not heard this song before, so probably it's something that comes after EZ2DJ 7 track. So let's give it a try. Return by Springhead. This song gives me the Relevation feeling. So there's this song called Relevation in EZ2DJ, and this song definitely has the same kind of style. Maybe we can quickly check whether Relevation is also composed by Springhead. This song that we played just now is composed by Springhead. Definitely has a slight similarity and a resemblance towards Relevation. Maybe after the screen, go back to the game, and then we can quickly check the composer's name. And now let's observe a moment of silence while the EZ2ON Reboot R development team are working very hard, right, to fix some of these server-related issues. And that's the thing, right? I mean, from what I heard, this development team is a 5-man team. Oh yeah, Relevation is also composed by Springhead. No wonder I find them extremely similar. Second choice. Oh, it's a new song I have never heard before, second choice, but probably not the kind of song I want to play now. This is a new song to me, and it sounds very cool. Let's try, man. Sigma, composed by From Smoke. SMK probably means smoke. So let's give it a try. This song sounds interesting. Interesting techno, but we'll end with a very weird notation. So this is a song Sigma, composed by From Smoke. And let's quickly take a look at the time. It's 10 p.m. Singapore time, which translates to 11 p.m. Korean time. Probably we can play some pop songs. If you see my shadow dancing around in front of the camera, I apologize. I've been playing the game standing up, so you can imagine that I've been standing for 2 hours. And this is what I want to do, right? Because playing the game standing up on the EZMax controller really feels like going back in time playing the arcade. Silver Ocean. Maybe we can look for a pop song that is not in the earlier version of EZ2ON. Wow, Special K has a hot mix. EZ2ON mix. Wow, this sounds very interesting. Now the 5K mode is level 13. Maybe we can try this. So this is definitely gonna bring back some of those easy to DJ feeling, but with a new mix. EZ2ON mix. Let's give it a go. So this song in the original version is very slow. So let's hope that this remix is better. Wow, that sounds very interesting. Special K remix, have a good life, man. And all combo for the very first time playing this. Yeah, but my judgment is probably a bit lacking here. That's why I'm not getting S. But I'm happy enough to get all combo. Probably I can work more on my accuracy for the 5 key configuration. The 5 key configuration, at least my hand position is the typical Beatmania position where you have your thumb on button 1, index finger on button 2, and then your right hand you have 3 fingers for you to play around the button 3, 4, and 5. This is because you want to reserve your pinky, your left pinky, for the left turntable. And a lot of people will say that this is the second player configuration where the turntable is on your left. But personally, maybe because I'm too used to playing EZ2DJ during the game arcade times, and instinctively I will just play first player because first player means first player, right? Player 1, I mean P1 means first player. So I've been learning how to play EZ2DJ on the left hand side of the arcade machine. While a lot of people will argue that you should use your right hand for the turntable. Wow, this song sounds interesting. Level 10 seems too easy, level 15 maybe a bit too hard. If that's the case, let's go with the more difficult version. Sunlight. 6 button mode. Let's give it a shot. That last part definitely caught me off guard. Really difficult with all the long presses. Yeah, you saw me. trying to play this game. This game has a lot of my childhood memories in it. All the way from 20 years ago. So having this game finally made publicly available in PC from the Steam platform is definitely something I've been looking towards for the last 10 to 15 years. So for the past 10 to 15 years, I was trying to find a way to play this EZ2DJ on the PC platform reliably, right? So I understand that there are other variation of EZ2ON reboots, but if you guys and girls have checked out my YouTube channel where I commented about the service operation period for those EZ2ON, they are very short term operation time, 3 months, 6 months. Probably we can play this song, The Back of Beyond. Definitely a new song for me. Let's take a look at the 5-key mode. Since the 5-key mode is level 13, maybe we can give it a shot. Can adjust the output frame rate in game options. Nice tip. Alright, let's go. Oops. Wow, this song is very nice. Back of Beyond. Definitely much nicer than what I originally expected. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine for you to disturb me. And now we will continue exploring more songs in the later series of EZ2DJ, right? And hopefully we can find some nice pop song, and then eventually we will ramp down the speed to something that is much easier to listen to, so that you guys and girls can rest well with songs that are slower paced. Try to find more pop songs. Alright, we are almost at the end of the plate of the entire song series. Alright, more pop songs. This sounds not bad. A bit noisy. This is a trance music, but the background animation probably is fantastic. The artwork definitely looks non-trivial. Whoops. Wow, this part is very hard. Wow, it feels like my fingers are gonna break. And that's the song Aura. But man, this game is definitely gonna be a blast once the server load has been stabilized. Definitely has a equal chance to win over EZMax Respect. And from some of the members in the Discord channel have highlighted, EZ2ON Reboot R is like 90% has 90% of the players as compared to EZMax Respect, even during the early access period. So it's like Easy to DJ is at least 90% as successful as EZMax Respect. And I'm pretty sure this number is going to go up eventually because we are only at day 2 of the early access. Right, only day 2 of the early access and we are at 90% of popularity rate. Just gonna try playing blue. So I dedicate this song to my other half. So my other half, if you are watching this stream for some reason, I dedicate this song to you. You are the pretty girl in pink and I'm the not so handsome guy in blue.
Welcome to this stage.
What's up, girl?
I'm your beautiful guide.
For real?
We're gonna take you on a journey to a whole new world.
You gonna do that?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
That guy is me. The guy is blue.
Let's see music.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay then,
Alright.
let's begin the show.
Come on. Yeah.
When I start this track, I set it on fire. You want hits, let me bring you up. Powerful tactics, mathematics for you as a
the dance rate black, hold the dance rate black, hold the dance black, the dance rate black, hold the rate black, hold the dance rate.
The ending right at the end. Both my gameplay is laughable, and of course the music video animation is definitely funnier. Very cute and funny, to say the least. And very typical of a loving couple, right? Guy likes girl, girl likes guy. Sometimes they fight, right? And eventually, you know, the girl will use whatever means she can to override the man's persistence, and the man will eventually give in. That's the typical loving couple, right? But eventually, everything is still a happy ending. Right? Interesting music video animation for the song Blue. And back then in the arcade, this song is also relatively popular, at least in Singapore. It seems like the loading screen is taking quite a consistent amount of time to load. So I guess that's fine. Alright, moving on to the next song. This song sounds interesting. Comet, composed by Regen. Let's give it a go. Am I still in 5 key mode? Alright, no, I'm in 6 key. Alright, that's fine. So let's go. Comet. Is that the end? That's the end, right? How do I describe this song? This song feels unique. I guess unique is the way to say this song. Is the way to comment about this song. It's nice, and in the middle is not exactly nice, and then somewhere near the end is nice, and then eventually it ends with a very funny notation. So this song, Comet. Interesting song title, but didn't end with a blast like what I would have expected it to be. I kind of like hoping that the song ends with a blast. And since we are still on fire, right? The loading screen is not going to deter me from streaming or at least playing the game. streaming this game title during peak hours probably is something that we should think about, especially with this awkward long black screen loading, right? Probably should show you guys and girls the song list or the playlist. Let's wait a moment or two to say our prayers for the EZ2ON servers. And who knows, right? Maybe right now the server has crashed, because I think this is the first time we are seeing this black screen for very long. It's right now 11:21 p.m. in Korea. Maybe this is when all the other guys and girls are finally back at home after partying from a Friday night. And that's the thing. Actually, we should have asked the developers in Discord, right? What are the peak hours that they have seen the load on the servers? And what we can do is we can try to avoid streaming the game during the peak hours. Yeah, that's a good point. I should write that down. ちょっと待ってね. Sublime. Right, questions. Right, when is the server's peak? So we can avoid peak hours if we can. Of course, if they are thinking about using the early access players to load test the server, then they probably wouldn't want us to know when is the server fully saturated with players. Because having us know, when to avoid the peak hours is probably not good from a software testing perspective, right? Because right now they have this explicitly claim that it's early access, so it's a good chance for them to test how the game will react, when they eventually go into official release and the game servers cannot catch up. This is the best time for them to explore things like this. So not sure whether they will get back to me with regards to this question, but I'm still gonna try asking them after streaming. And right now we have this black screen. So what I've heard other players on Discord mention is that I should try, restarting the game client. And that's what I'll try to do now. So you guys and girls, chill out to this be right back screen, and I'll try to fix the game client by restarting it. So let me try to force close the program and relaunch it. Hopefully restarting the game client fixed the black screen issue, the infinite loading issue. Right, the game client is coming back. Let me just try head over to the song selection list before switching back the screen. Seems to be working fine so far. Yeah, I guess right now is the peak, right, of the server's load. Korean time 11:30 is probably when the server is gonna get extremely saturated, because right now I can't even get into the song selection screen. Yep. Should I try restarting my PC? That's a good suggestion. However, if I were to try restarting my PC, this stream is definitely gonna get disrupted. Alright, somehow the game came back up. Alright, let's wait for the game to come back. Alright, we are back in business. So it's just simply restarting the game client works, but my high score is not registered for some reason. I mean, it's fine. Probably it's some kind of transaction rollback. Alright, let's look for the next pop song. Wow, this song has a remix? I didn't even know. Well, if this song has a remix, I'm definitely gonna play this. Let's just play the 6 button. I really want to take the opportunity to enjoy this music myself. Didn't know, do you remember? This song has a remix. Right, so that's the song title. Do you remember? I'm very happy to see this song having a remix available. So some of these songs that we used to enjoy 2 decades ago, having them come back as a different remix, right? Although it could be available to other players in Korea, but folks like us who are outside of Korea, who do not have an opportunity to play some of these remixes, definitely welcome this addition, right, to EZ2ON Reboot R. Right, and you know, making it available on Steam platform is probably the best business decision that Neo Novice has decided to take. You know, launching your game, right, on your own website is definitely more difficult, right, because the number of people you can reach out to is significantly lesser than a popular platform like Steam or something like Epic Games Store. Man, even if you were to release a mobile game, releasing it on App Store is definitely much easier than releasing it on your website. Oops. I just realized that I didn't transit the screen. I'm so sorry. I have been playing to myself. I'm sorry. Alright, so you guys and girls have to watch this black screen. I didn't realize I was trying this new streaming mode on this streaming software. It's called the studio mode. I have not used studio mode before. So definitely pump there, and unfortunately you guys and girls have to hear me talking to myself in the be right back transition screen. And I can't you guys and girls definitely have missed out that interesting remix. Oh well, everything happens for the first time, especially when you're trying something new. Hiccups like this is definitely common. It's the same for this early access game client too, right? It's the first time they are trying to release an online game, right, that supports so many different players internationally. So for them, this is definitely something that that they will overcome eventually, and then the game will stabilize, and hopefully we will have a wonderful official launch of the EZ2ON Reboot R game. It seems like now this long loading screen after after playing this game for very long, it may not be an issue on the server. Yeah, I'm sorry, I probably need to restart the game client again just to confirm this behavior. So potentially what I think could have happened is maybe the EZ2ON Reboot R is doing something on your computer, or in this case my computer, because this game is doing something in the background, and because the kind of things that this game is doing in the background is too much, right? It has eventually reached a threshold where it says, alright, I'm not gonna do any more work, I can't do this anymore, and therefore you have to restart your PC. So that's what I suspect, right? Because there is this let me just launch the song selection screen first. It could be because the anti-cheat program that Neo-Novice has decided to deploy for EZ2ON Reboot R is doing something funky in the background, and maybe, you know, if you try playing for very long, or if the server load is too much, the game client may just decide, hey, I can't do this anymore, I'm just gonna give up. And when the anti-cheat program gave up, the game kind of like crashes. Well, in the worst case, we have to restart the game client every time we choose a new, every time we play a song, we may need to restart the game client. And if it comes down to that, maybe it's a good time for me to end the stream too. Or at least I need to restart my PC, right? I've got this feeling that if I restart my PC, everything will be fine. So with that in mind, probably the best song to end the stream with is Fallen Angel. It's a very peaceful and angelic music. So without further ado, let's give Fallen Angel a shot. Definitely with a kawaii moe girl in the background. And surprisingly, this song is composed by Springhead. I mean, surprising as in, I wasn't expecting a song like this. Maybe I should focus on the music. And I remember correctly, this song previously didn't have a background animation like this. Alright, let's test the hypothesis. If I transit back to the song selection screen and we are stuck with that infinite loading screen, I will end this. I'll end the current one. I'll end this stream and then maybe we'll try to come back either later today or maybe Sunday. So let's take a look, see whether the game client managed to survive and go back to the song selection screen. If not, we're probably gonna call it a day. But you know, with this release of EZ2ON Reboot R, I'm definitely gonna bring back that sending you home with XYZ music rhythm game, acting like a kind of a radio station, so that when you guys and girls have a hard day of work and going back home, at least you have some kind of music to listen to. Hey, the game survived! Alright, somehow the game survived. So we are going to continue playing. Looking for more pop songs? This song sounds interesting to say the least. Definitely my kind of song. With some classical music instrument playing in the background and a very serene kind of vocalist singing. Definitely, you know, stirs my eardrums. Wow, fantastic song and beautiful background animation. And the guy was pointing a gun at his own head at the end. And there were rumors saying that this song is actually a prequel or sequel to the background animation in EZMax, one of the songs in EZMax Respect. I think it's Divine Service. So if for those of you who are not aware, Divine Service is a song on EZMax Respect with a very nice, beautiful anime style background animation that tells a story, right? And this song that we have played just now appears to be I believe it's a sequel. It's a sequel to the. It's either a sequel or prequel. I can't remember. To the background animation. And now that we have to see. Maybe I should take a seat. I'm quite surprised with myself standing for the last. We started streaming for at least 2 hours, 40 minutes. I can't believe I've been standing for the last 160 minutes. Alright, somehow the game client survived, so we're gonna continue standing. But it's fine, I love this game. I love this game so much that I'm willing to spend 5 hours for this game. I really love you. Alright, it seems like we have come back to where we originally started, which is my secret and so I'm gonna play this pop song, Judgment. And this song is already available back then in EZ2DJ. I believe it's a fourth mix. Maybe it's fourth mix, I can't remember. But I love this song. Sexy hot beat in the background.
내게 매달리고 울어도 돌아오라 내게 말해도 이미 돌이킬 수 없는 일이야.
Maybe I should have I shouldn't be too stubborn and purely use my left hand for the ending there with one miss. Kind of like feel bad, but definitely something that I can practice more and work on. So I believe the highest grade you can get on EZ2ON Reboot R is S+++. So S+++ probably is something that is near perfect play in EZMax Retrospection term. So that means all KOOL, all cool. You know, the problem with them playing, phrasing the judgment as KOOL makes it very hard for us to articulate to viewers, the difference between the KOOL and the COOL, which is kind of like irritating sometimes. You kind of have to say, oh, it's the cool with the K and not the C. Not sure. I'm pretty sure they might not want to change that because that's kind of like the trademark of EZ2DJ or the EZ franchise. Alright, looking for more pop songs. And maybe now we can play some of those pop songs from EZ2DJ. And this sounds fine, right? Give this a shot. Level 15 is probably something I can barely make it. Okay, try increasing the speed a little bit. barely passed. So like what I speculated, level 15 is probably my upper limit, where I can barely pass the song. So that means typically if your upper limit is level 15, you should start training from level 13, 14. So that's probably a region where you can practice your accuracy and also pattern recognition. So and then eventually you work your way up to level 15, 16, so on and so forth. Of course, there can be some limitation if you are using if you are using an EZMax controller like myself. You may be limited to some physical limitation because of how our human hand is being designed. There are some tendons in your palm which restricts certain movement, especially the upward-downwards movement between your index finger. Between your between your ring finger and your middle finger. So there's some tendon over here in your hand, right, that may obstruct your movement with regards to certain chart patterns. But you know, if you're playing on the keyboard, that is definitely not an issue. If you're playing on the keyboard, everything is linear, everything is side by side, so you shouldn't have an issue over there. And now the next song is M Police. Very cute animation with space dogs. So that is the Space Dog Music M Police. Very cute and interesting background animation, at least in my opinion, simply because I like dogs. And that's why you can see my avatar is Mr. Tatakichi. Tatakichi-san is from Azumanga Daioh. Has limited appearance in the anime title. Very soft-spoken. I believe it's a golden retriever. So let's take a look and see if the game client actually crashes. Oh, Tatakichi-san is a Koreanese. Sorry, I'm not super familiar with dogs. I like dogs, but not super familiar with the breeds. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream with 3 more songs. So for these last 3 songs, I want to play songs that I love. gonna start playing in -2. Hard mix is probably something that is within my capacity. Even back then in the music arcade, I can always remember this blood pink lady. Am I on 5 buttons too? Oh shit, 5 buttons. So the patterns for this hard mix is definitely not the one that we are familiar with in the arcade series, simply because there's no pedal. And -2 is the song that is infamous for pedal notes. So back then I have this friend of mine whom we are rivals, trying to break the high score of -2 in the game arcade. He has a very interesting in-game name which I need to censor off. not family, not he had a family unfriendly name. And back then in the game arcade, we will always check the high score of -2 in the arcade machine, and every time he and me we will be competing for first place. So trying to get the highest score in the game arcade machine for -2 is a very fond memory of mine. So if by some reason you are watching this stream, SHIIT, right, I hope that this stream will somehow convince you to come back and play this EZ2ON Reboot R on PC. We are both old. We are old now, but that doesn't stop us from playing games. Alright, second last song of the stream.
Once again, Jack is the hot.
Would really love to play Retrospection, but I would like to try the 6-key mode for Retrospection. I would imagine it to be more fun to play on 6 key than 5 keys, because there's a lot of drum and bass in this song. Wait, hold on. That first note over there definitely feels like the turntable, isn't it? It feels exactly like the turntable. Back then in EZ2DJ, man, all these developers trying to set this kind of a small little hints here and there that hey, we can support turntables. I appreciate all these developers for their effort in retaining all the sound effects, because some of these songs, right, if you do not use the turntable, it definitely loses its signature, it loses its identity, especially for a song like Red Ocean just now. Obviously, you can hear that it's the sound of the turntable, right? And if you don't include the sound of the turntable for this song is gonna feel bad. And that's the sad part about players like me, right? Players like me who we are not so concerned about high score or world record. I mean, if we can do it, that's fine, but we are not of the competitive nature. We really just want to enjoy the game, right? And bring back some of those memories from the past. So, I'm probably the minority here. Alright, last song for the stream. Man, I would really love to play Showdown. Let's just take a quick look in the list of songs. And this song, right, is definitely the signature song for turntable. Let's give some credits to songs like Unnoticed too, because what I really fear is this: if the game developers have decided that turntable is really a minority in the community, songs like Unnoticed 2 will no longer exist. Because songs like this really give birth to the identity of the turntable. And if you don't support turntable, this song is not so fun to play. So last song, Unnoticed 2.
I'm in the lab ready to explore. I drop the fat rhymes like no one has before. I kick the nouns and verbs in my speech when I flow. I'm not like a devil that's actually for the dough or the drugs. So he could to drive in the Benz. I keep the low pro, making ends with my friends. Free skills, oh shit, a brother with mad style. Don't even try to step punk, my lyrics are mad foul. Crazy hardcore with a touch of jazz. And yes, I'm not in a cage. I'm here to go, to let you know. And yes, I'm not in a cage. I'm here to go, to let you know. Put your hands up.
So I dedicate this song to all the turntable players out there. I hope you guys and girls agree with me that EZ2ON Reboot R should not abandon the turntable. Alright, so pretty sure we're gonna sum up the stream now. And let's head over to the ending credits. Alright, so thank you very much guys and girls for staying throughout, watching the stream and playing EZ2ON Reboot R together. Right, so today we have talked about a few things. In the introduction, we talked about the latest updates from Neo Novice in the Korean Reddit. And what I did was I summarized the essence of what it means to casual players who are new to EZ2ON or EZ2DJ franchise, what it means to you as a player, and hopefully some of those summaries that I provided in the introduction will influence you, will convince you that EZ2ON Reboot R is a fantastic game, even in its early access current state. Yes, there is some loading required during the peak hours, and maybe you need to restart your PC or restart your game client from time to time, but this game is definitely worth it. Next up, I still want to thank Pop Momos and Mia TV for following me on Twitch. Not sure exactly if I have the opportunity to thank you, right, for following me, so shout out to you. And last but not least, I have shared some of these hyperlinks to what I'm doing for streaming. So specifically of interest is the music playlist. So for each stream moving forward, I will probably come up with playlists like this, and you guys and girls, if there's any songs that you want to request, feel free to reference some of these music playlists, take down a note and shout out in chat. You know, if there's a song that you want me to play, or in fact, heck, refer to my music playlist and get your favorite streamer to play them instead. I have no worries with that. So with that in mind, I thank you guys and girls once again. Until I see you again, you guys and girls, remember, stay safe and be great out there. I will see you guys and girls again. Goodbye.